What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kirkyo. I'm back at it with another podcast. I'm with a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Brendan, aka Friezo, whichever you prefer. Thanks for having me on, my boy.
Hey, bro, always on forever, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna hop straight into the topics. As y'all see, this is a different scenery. And we in the gym, so the first topic today is gonna be the gym. So I'm gonna ask you, how has the gym positively impacted your life so far?
Oh man, I feel like the gym has given me this certain perspective and this mindset. Um, Ever since I've been hitting it consistently and faithfully, it's been a game changer for me mentally. I just have a clear mind. My body feels good, and as they say, whatever's going on up in here, your actions are gonna follow. So I just feel like going to the gym on a consistent basis, it can only help.
I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that. I mean, pretty much everything you said is how I feel about the gym.
Right.
Like, it just helps me clear my head, helps me stay in shape, helps me stay motivated, grounded, all that,
Right.
you know. And then coming here, working out with the homies makes it better because then, we all push ourselves to become better individuals. So, hey, man, I agree with you.
For sure.
That little rolling thing.
Wait, say it again?
I said I did 100 push-ups this morning, and that little rolling thing that your stomach, I did 15 sets of 3.
Tight. What about you?
What I do this morning?
Yeah.
That was for yesterday.
No comment?
No comment on what I did this morning because if I were to bring a commentation on, there's Big Neem in the building. But if I were to bring a commentation on what I did this morning, I rest. Because if you take into consideration, everybody needs rest. Your body needs rest, especially after working hard.
Right.
The day prior, I did a 12-hour shift. I worked 8 to 8.
Right.
And so my body just wasn't capable of waking up in the morning.
Right.
No, I feel it.
Tight.
Now, we brought up some of the positive topics, or positive impacts of the gym. What are some negative things you've noticed that's happened in the gym that you can say you've experienced at least?
To be honest, I don't think I've experienced anything negative in the gym yet.
I'd be tired. My body be hurt. There's only negative things like that.
I don't think I've experienced anything negative yet.
That's fair. I mean, wish I could say the same.
Knock on wood.
I wish I could say the same,
Wow, what's happened to you?
The boy, the homies, fractured my finger hooping. The homie fractured my rib hooping.
Right.
Yeah, probably him. It's like that nigga over there. I was already hurt though. It wasn't my fault.
That's really
You said that, right?
That's the only negative so far that I've experienced. Besides that, I haven't really experienced any negatives. Go ahead.
First one.
That's it?
Yeah. We was warming up before. Huh? Warming up. I was
talking
doing
about
pull-ups,
positive, negative.
walking on the treadmill, so it's our first one.
A positive to the gym.
First one.
Oh, yeah,
Clear your mind.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Move forward. Don't quit. Once you even try to see, we got people in the background talking. Like, shut up. Damn. Shut the fuck up. Look, like I said, stay positive.
Does the
If
mic
you
work
have
through the
people-
phone too, or
If
just
you have people on your side that's
mics?
willing to push you harder than you want to push yourself, that's great. But never let nobody outwork you. Only person that outworks you is yourself.
So he just talking
You
to
push
nobody
others
right now.
while others push you, okay? But listen, bro, I'm telling you now, the gym clears your mind. It keeps you from the distractions of this world. This world's gonna hold you down. The only thing that can bring you up is God. Never forget that, all right? Because God is the one that's gonna bring you through all the struggles, pains, trials, and tribulations. He's the only one. And as soon as you lose faith in that, you lose faith in everything. You lose
A whole lot of cutting.
Try to fathom. Because God
A
is
whole lot of editing.
His source. His love, His positive, His joy, forbearance, caring, kindness. Come on now, self-control. Control yourself in this gym. There's a lot of temptations around the gym as well as this world, but you already know that. If you are working in the gym, you're working on yourself, and you're working on your mind. No distraction can overtake you. For God said that you cannot be tempted beyond you can bear. He's faithful and just to do that. Just know that. Negatives about the gym. All the temptations. You have beautiful girls around the world, especially girls that inside the gym.
That's a good thing, right?
You have that temptation to look, but don't look. Look at yourself. Look in the mirror. Look how dirty and crusty you are. You want to change that. Change that before you try to figure out, if you want to go approach it or not. You don't need to do that.
A lot of cutting.
All I'm telling you to do is grind. Keep God first.
It's all good,
Focus on yourself.
That might give a whole speech.
Motivation. I hope you
Tight.
I just want to talk about work today. Work was pretty good. Taco Tuesday wasn't that busy. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Oh shit, I'm tripping. I'm way behind, bro. I'm, Today was good. It was a little busy. I thought it was Taco Tuesday, but today's Friday. I'm gonna go since Darius not here. Here you go.
That
Well,
was
I got
me.
long arms.
That was me. Yeah.
All right, now that we talked about a little bit about the gym, what are your gym goals for the year this year? Or what goals have you set for yourself that you want to strive for and accomplish?
By the end of the year, I'm bench pressing 200.
Bring your ass to the gym.
Yeah, I work at home. Don't worry about me.
My first and foremost goal to the gym is definitely to get to 200 pounds, 200, 205 area, and to hit the gym at least 300 out of the 365 days in the year. You know what I'm saying? So those are my main goals. But I have some side goals. Nah, back, bicep, and tricep.
That's what's up. I'd say for me, like I said yesterday, get down to at least 250. That's the goal.
Right.
Build on more muscle mass. When it comes to lifting weight wise, I don't really have a goal, except for I want to go back to being able to deadlift around 500. That's my main goal. That's
Deadlift 500.
like that's the goal. That's what I'm.
So what do you got to do to get there?
Honestly, just be consistent in the gym. Like eat right.
Look at that man.
Be consistent in the gym.
That
Eat
crispy
right.
Prince.
Actually come and work out. Like I'm not gonna say come every day and deadlift, but come consistently and like do things that will help with like the range of motion of deadlifting. I am gonna invest in some straps, just because I've noticed like whenever I do try to deadlift, my grip will slip. So getting some wraps so it makes it easier for me. Like I said, just staying motivated, not losing my motivation for lifting.
I feel that. Tight.
Tight.
Who's next?
Who recorded?
Me
Man, get on.
for a podcast, dickhead.
Oh.
Fucking tweet bit.
Are you even talking?
Yeah, I was talking.
Oh. Continue. Nah, fuck all that. Fuck this nigga straight.
Why we gotta do this shit every day? Why we gotta do this every day? Fuck, we gotta do this every day, huh?
Oh, you talking?
Huh?
And you got the shit in?
Niggas doing neither. Look.
I hate this
talking,
nigga, bro.
Where you going?
Are we done with this or are we doing one more set?
I'm gonna do one more set.
All right.
You didn't hear me?
I'm about to do so much editing and I don't want to have to edit this video. I want it to be so raw, but it won't be able to be raw.
Why don't you put bloopers?
Yeah, you gonna have to edit something.
I'm gonna have to edit a lot.
What do you need?
What did I do? I'm gonna have to do that. I'm about to make a whole second page and just the members just happen to the side. All right. Now that we're here with the whole group, or almost the whole group, now I'm actually, being a fellow introvert. How has that affected your life so far?
I feel like being an introvert, I'm very, very, very misunderstood. I feel like since I'm so quiet, my nature is so quiet that a lot of people think off the rip that I don't like them or that I'm judging them in secret. And that's really not the case. I'm just a person that likes to be in my own world. You know what I mean? I just like to observe a lot. And I feel like that just gets taken out of context. So it's misunderstood. You know what I'm saying?
No, I fully get that, bro.
Yeah. What about you?
Shoot, man. I mean, some of the subjects you already touched on, I feel the same. But I feel like for me, it's just since I'm so used to like just doing my own thing,
Right.
that kind of started going into everything I do. So like I'm okay with like not going out, being at home reading a book.
Right.
I find comfort in that. I find comfort in being alone.
It's like solitude.
Yeah, it's like whenever my social battery dies out, for me to recharge it, I don't gotta sleep. I don't gotta do all this. It's just I just gotta be alone for a minute. Let my thoughts, be in my thoughts, observe, and then I'm re-energized. I can come back.
Exactly.
So I just found being an introvert kind of like helping me in a way towards like I'm at a point where I'm okay with being by myself. I'm not. It doesn't like I don't get sad or depressed like oh I'm lonely. Like no, I don't feel lonely. I feel like I'm gaining more. Like just doing my own thing sometimes.
Right.
So I feel like that's what. So that's really just how it's affecting me.
So how would you say you deal with the comments or their opinions of, let's say, extroverted people, like the people who don't really understand?
Repeat the question.
How do you deal or how do you perceive the comments or the opinions from like extroverted people who don't really necessarily understand how we are?
I mean, it doesn't really affect me. I don't really think too much of it. But whenever they do ask, whenever somebody like the subject is brought up, I always tell them like I said, it's just we find comfort. It's
Right.
not that I don't like being around people. I love being around the homies. I love hanging out with people. I'm a very social being. But at the same time, it's like I said, like I just enjoy that time by myself. I just really enjoy the comfort of being in my own space, being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it,
Right.
and not have to worry about being on other people's timing or having to rush or do all these things.
Yeah.
It's like I can do what I want when I want, how I want to do it, without worrying about judgment or dealing with people questioning why I want to be alone.
Right. Yeah, I feel that.
Now I would say, do you feel like being an introvert has become part of your personality?
Yeah, I feel like as a kid I was always introverted, and like it kind of like wired my brain into that category. But now, like as I'm growing up and being a young adult, a young man, I'm starting to shift into the mindset to where I don't want to be put into one category or I want to be put into one box. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I get you,
Because I
bro.
feel like that kind of limits me, and I don't want to be a man that's limited to one thing in life. You know what I'm saying? So to
That's
answer your
fair.
question, yes, but I'm trying to get out of that.
I get that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I don't know. I feel like it's a little different for me. Like,
Also,
I feel like it does affect my day to day life, but it doesn't for the sole fact that kind of opposite of you. I was a very extroverted kid. Like playing football, I was always I want to go out, I want to go kick it with my friends. I'm outside from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Like
right,
I'm
always
just
on the go,
yeah,
man.
like always outside. Like there was no such thing as sitting in the house. Like unless I'm playing a game and it's 100 degrees, I'm I'm outside. Like I'm playing football, getting in the pool. If my mom ever does watch this, I'm so sorry. But sneaking out the apartment complexes, going to Target and all that, like
Hey, moms, we've all done it. You know what I'm saying?
like sneaking out, going to apartment complexes, going to see my girlfriend, like
Right.
do all that. And it was just I say middle school. I learned the power of my words. Realizing that okay, if you don't really care much of what I'm talking about, and you don't really care about all that, then I'd rather just say to myself. And that kind of molded me into the point where it's like I'd rather be by myself because I know what I can do and like the power I hold
Right.
than keep giving energy and keep trying to explain stuff to people.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
it's like a 50-50. It's like a
Right.
so-so. So,
So would you say you've kind of like found the balance?
yeah. Like I found a balance of when to be social, when to
Right,
be an
right, right.
extrovert, and when I need to be an introvert.
Yeah.
So found a balance with that. I got to work on mastering that balance because sometimes when I should be, extroverted, I'm a very introvert. I'd rather be.
Yep.
Then the times I'm supposed to be introverted, I'd rather try to talk to people. So
Yeah.
I got to kind of work on really mastering when to do, when to be each one. So,
Type shit.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, what's next, man?
Shit. We can go dumbbell, or we can go over there with the cables.
Cables.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking. I was looking.
Action, nigga. Yeah, that's me.
So now that we've talked about those two topics, now I'm gonna touch on a topic that we both quite enjoy reading. What have been
Let's
some
do
of
it.
the positive benefits you have experienced while reading and stuff?
I feel like articulating myself a lot better because when I'm reading, I have to take my time and slow down and actually understand what I'm thinking about and what I'm reading, and therefore when I speak, like it kind of like translate. You know what I'm saying? So I can articulate myself a lot better when I read more consistently. I feel like that's one of the biggest benefits. How about you?
I mean, I feel like it just helped me have a different outlook on life, like really understanding how the world works
But
and realizing that, as much as kids, we believe, we live in a fairy tale that we're not always gonna get the stuff we want. So, just reading has helped me understand that I have to really kind of lock in and see the world for what it is
right,
and just enjoy every second of every moment.
yeah, for sure.
So what type of books do you read? That's another question I want to
Any and
ask.
everything. Mostly like motivational books or like self help books. But I can read anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything. I feel like the Bible I've read or the book I've read the most is the Bible. But I'll read anything.
I
What
feel
book would you say has changed your life
it's
so far?
it's a toss up between two. It's
How's me this living?
it's for sure a toss up between two books. It's a toss up between. I'd say it's a toss up between two books. I'd say three books actually.
What? Uh,
I'd say it's between three books.
right.
The 48 Laws of Power. Just really applying that to my life. Shout out to my uncle. No more Mr. Nice Guy. That book for sure.
Niggas, man. Niggas.
Shout out, yeah, shout out to my shout out to my uncle. Put me on a book. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Right.
And then the book I've been on recently a lot. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Mm. Who's that one by?
Oh, I gotta look right now, bro. It's a really good book. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love it
Right.
because it kind of shows me to put energy and time into. Kind of teaches me to put time and energy into certain. Oh my God! It kind of teaches me to put energy and time into certain things. Like, don't put all my eggs in one basket. Don't sit here and stress over the things that don't matter to me. Like, really just like care about the things that are important to me and what my end goal is.
Right. Like prioritize that
Yeah,
shit.
like to prioritize my goals.
Right. Yeah, man. I feel like the most influential book that I've read so far was probably The Laws of Human Nature, and it kind of like just like teaches you about how like we are as humans, especially like for me, like how I grew up and like the possible traumas that I probably grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me go deeper into my life and into my past, and like realize that some like a lot of times men need therapy. You know what I'm saying? And just to do that deep search into your soul, into your spirit, into your past, in order to be a better person, to be a better man for your family, for your friends, for anybody around you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro. Yeah, that's real. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's real. The book I was talking about, The Sorry Not Giving a Fuck, by Mark Manson.
Mm.
I don't know if he's ever gonna see this. Hopefully, in the future, he does. Shout out to him.
Right.
It's a really good book, man. Like I've been listening to it at the gym, at work. Like it's been helping me, man. I'd say, what is your top 5 books you've read so far?
Top 5 books.
Top 5 books.
Okay, I'll say, and I was talking to you about this one the other day. Atomic Habits.
Okay.
I'll put that at number 2. Number 1 would be the Laws of Human Nature, Atomic Habits. Um, no, actually, the Bible number 1. Laws of Human Nature, Atomic Habits. Think and Grow Rich by I think Napoleon Hill. And number 5 would be. Oh, that's a tough one. Hold on, let me consult my list real quick.
I guess I'll throw mine in right now.
All right, bet.
I'd say this is not in order at all. Well, Bible top, no matter what.
Right, always.
I'm gonna say the 48 Laws of Power. That's for sure one of my top books. It's Art Not Giving a Fuck. No More Mr. Nice Guy, just because I kind of,
Right.
I can apply that to my life. So that's what, 4?
Yep.
Ooh. I can't really pick a 5th one, only because I still got to read the Laws of Human Nature,
Right.
and then I also got to read The Art of Seduction, which, by the way, guys, I wanted to listen to it because I got the audio book, but he said I got to read it, so we're gonna take his word for it. We're gonna wait
Listen,
read the book.
if y'all ever gonna read, like go on a journey of reading books, read hardcover. Like audiobooks, they're cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're on the go, like if you're at the airport or something. But reading books, it's you can't match it with nothing. So read a book. It's a lot better for your mind, and it sticks with you more. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, I want to read. Like I read a lot of hardcovers. Like you've seen my
Right.
book collection. It's just I bought the audiobook, not thinking I was ever gonna get the actual hardcover.
Right.
And I think I listened to like 5 minutes of it when I sent you that screenshot.
Yeah.
And after you said like, "Oh no, you gotta read it," I just stopped. So I'm about to add it to my cart probably today or tomorrow. Buy it because I also gotta buy a journal because that's another thing I want to start doing. I'm about to start journaling every day.
Yeah, that's another good one. Journaling helps you, like just process your thoughts, and it's going back to what I was saying, like being able to articulate myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good one. I feel you on that.
Yeah, like shout out to the homegirl. You feel me? The homegirl really put me on, no lie.
Right.
Because we got back in contact, and she was like, "I want you to be part of this journey," and she brought a journal that she got. And when she sent it to me, I was like, "This is smooth." And she already got it. Like she already opened it. She's already starting it.
Right.
And I still got it. I haven't even got mine yet, so I got to order it and start writing it. But I'm like, shout out to her, MJ. You a real one for that. So I'm gonna start journaling too.
Real run.
Yeah.
And for my number 5, I'll go Rise and Grind by Damon John. Shout out Shark Tank.
I've never heard of that, bro.
Oh yeah, I got to put you on, bro. It's a real good book. It's a business book, but it's also a mentality.
You're gonna have to put me onto that, bro. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
1 minute pause.
Back in this joint, you feel me? He's back.
Back.
All right, so let's see. So far, topics we touched on. We've talked about the gym. We've talked about being an introvert and reading.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk to you about mental health. You feel me? Because I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hold on, let's pause real quick so I can get my setting.
Now, go ahead. I gotta get my settings too.
Elijah. But she was saying that she don't want to interfere with fish and stuff, but I don't think it interferes. I think it's only like you were airing that morning, so. I've been there longer than Aaron, so.
Be good, bro. I'm not tripping.
I don't want to get in your video. I don't want to know.
Y'all go hoop or?
No, we about to live.
How long ago, bro? I'm thinking about it.
I'm debating. I'm letting it marinate in my mind right now.
See, honestly, I was gonna keep running, but then he started talking. Get the done. No, I know, but there's no way you can. I knew I was gonna win it, but now he's not. Usually I would.
I told you, bro. I was 15. I was ready. I want to make you at least work.
Oh yeah, you know me. I just had to, and now he's smashed you by himself. So then I won regardless.
That's all I'm trying to tell him.
thought I was. You should already know.
All right, freeze.
Yes,
So
sir.
yesterday we were talking about men's mental health. So what are some of your opinions on men's mental health?
Some of my opinions on mental health, man, I think it's a very important subject that a lot of men don't talk about on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's overlooked in today's society. Um, and me personally, I think a lot of us men need therapy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I feel like men are just like how do I say that? They just like we're just seen as like providers. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. We're not really. We're expected to be tough. We're expected to not cry and to be this this macho figure. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
yeah.
But really, we're just human at our core. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like the topic of men's mental health is something important, and it's something that needs to be talked about a lot more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just my
man.
take.
That's a good take. I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree. I feel like a lot of men nowadays, it's like we're just providers, just like you said.
Right.
And then I feel like something that a lot of men know and a lot of women don't know, which I feel like nowadays some women do, is that a lot of men as boys or kids were just taught like keep your feelings to yourself, don't cry.
Right.
Which as you get older, having that mindset, it doesn't help. Because it's like now I don't feel as if I can go reach out to somebody and talk about my feelings
Right.
because then I'm seen as weak or
Exactly.
I'm not seen as a strong
And it's
individual.
like we're taught that like since we're kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
since we're growing up. So yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of men really do got to start locking in with their mental health.
Right.
Like, even if it's not seeing a therapist, because not everyone wants to see one.
Right.
I'm one of those guys. I'm not really a big therapist person, but I am one to go and talk to somebody, like people I'm close with, like, hey, you know, what do you feel like I should do in this situation? How do you do that, or at least get to express how I feel about a certain thing, you know?
Right. So why don't you think you're the type of person that wants to go see a therapist?
I mean, I've never, like I said, I've never really been a person to want to talk about how I feel. You know, like not saying this because the generation, just I never cared to talk about how I feel unless it's like somebody I'm close with.
Right.
I've never really been a person to be like, hey, I'm gonna go to a random stranger who, even though yeah, they might have a degree in psychology and are able to help me.
Right.
That's not, it's like you don't know who I am as a person.
Yeah.
So the things I'm telling you, you might just give me a perspective of, okay, well, based on what I know, this. But it's like I'd rather have somebody like, hey, I've seen you grow and you're doing good, you're doing this, or maybe you need to take a step back, stuff like that.
Right. I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that there's like a valuable, I guess, do you think it's valuable for someone who you really don't know like that has an outside perspective, who doesn't know you personally, to give you a perspective on how you're feeling? You don't think that's valuable in any way?
I feel like it is valuable. Don't get me wrong, but there's something different when it comes to somebody you know, because then
Right.
they
That's
can
true.
tell you themselves, "Hey, I've seen you grow. I've seen
Right.
the things you've been through. I've seen your challenges. I've seen things you've overcome." And they can give me an opinion or give me something that they're noticing.
Right.
Meanwhile, yeah, therapists might not have that advantage of knowing who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's not the same as them telling me, "Hey, I've seen that. You dealt with all this as a kid, and I've understand that you've been through this, but hey, you're doing good." Like, yeah,
That
don't
makes
get me
sense.
wrong, I can see a therapist, and I feel like they can still give me good insight on things, the steps I should take in my life, and to improve my mental health. But it wouldn't be the same as if I was talking to you.
Right.
You know?
I feel that. Type shit.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen a therapist? That's another question.
Nah, I have not seen a therapist. And kind of like you, I've struggled with that. You know what I'm saying? Going to some person who has a certificate from going to school. Like, why would I tell them my problems? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I struggle with that too. But I feel like as of lately, I've been more open to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it can only help at the end of the day. But
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm trying to get to that point where I can go to therapy. It's just I feel like I gotta get more comfortable with the whole thought process of, hey, let me go out and do this.
Right.
You know, it's just because, like I said, I don't really like. It's more of a having a understanding that, hey, this person has a certificate in something, and they went to school for it. But how do you know who I am as an individual? and as a human being.
Right. I feel that. Have you had any like mentors in life, like professional mentors, or any like male figures who you really looked up to?
Honestly, I can't say I do. You know, my uncle being a really big role model and influence in my life.
Right.
You know, like my uncle, he's like a father figure, a best friend. You know, he's anything I need at that moment. So like, he's a big role model. You know, going to school, got his master's, was cutting hair, was in the military, worked on train. Like he's done so much, and it showed me that as long as I put my mind to it, I can accomplish those things. You know.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, besides him, it's hard to say I have role models in my life just because every day gives me new obstacles and new views on life. So it's like I don't always have one, you know.
Right.
Like one day it might be this person, the next day it might be, you know, that person. But I'd say my biggest is my uncle for sure.
Yeah.
What about you? Who are some of your role models?
Uh, nah, I don't think I've had any role models in my life besides my mom. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like men, I can't say that I have, and I feel like that's like a big thing for young men growing up to being a man is having that role model in his life. You know, someone that they can look up to, someone they can vent to, that ultimately plays a part in men's mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because we as men need each other, especially young black men. You know.
No, absolutely.
So yeah,
No, shout out to moms. I can't
for
say she
sure.
was. I can for sure say she was another role model.
Shout out my
Always,
Dukes.
yeah. Shout out my dudes. Always really, you know, looking out for me. You know, showing me about work ethic. You know, as my
Right.
mom would say now, I'm a workaholic, which I can say I get that from her for
For
sure.
sure.
Because when I was young, she would always work. You know, like work, work, work.
Yeah.
She would make sure to make my football games and do all that. Make sure my sister goes to cheer, go to her cheer competitions. But
Right.
she kind of showed me in life like, hey, you got to work hard for the things you want. So shout out to my dudes and shout out to Aunt.